The thing with the meditation, I felt like I love doing it and stuff, but the more I do it, like the more I get into that almost too peaceful place where you can just wander around, and like a little monk on the street. And you
well,
don't
are you
really...
doing it all day?
No. If I do it, let's say half an hour a day, then I'm already feeling like nothing really, you almost feel like too peaceful, let's say too relaxed. So, is that a good thing, or what any recommendations?
Well, the thing that you have to remember is that this process of creation, you've already done your asking. And so the asking is always, for example, you're asking about the well-being of your parents. And so the well-being, your desire for them to be well, your desire for them to feel good is already established, and it's already in your vortex. So when you are in that peaceful place, you're not contradicting what's there. So that place of non-resistance, which you are calling a almost boring or almost too peaceful place, really is what we are describing as being in a state of allowing.
But you said a couple of times it's kind of on the edge of the vortex, so there's way higher places than you can go. Like, be more like, you always use the word exhilarated and stuff.
Let us put it to you this way. In this range of emotions, let's say there's specifically negative, there's generally negative, there's generally positive, and there's specifically positive. So when you are in that peaceful place, you're in that generally positive place. And from generally positive, you can go to specifically positive and get your juices flowing. So it's a very good place to be. So what makes the difference between something going from general to specific? More focus. So we're not saying to you, meditate and don't focus. That's why we're encouraging you to meditate for short periods of time. So when you find yourself feeling peaceful and feeling good, that's a good time for you to get more and more specific about what you want, or even more specific in your appreciation. We promise you, you cannot get on a rampage of appreciation and stay in a boring place. You just can't do it. The energy moves so rapidly. We'd far rather that you are peaceful than negative.
Yeah.
But from peaceful to more specific, it's really an easy thing to do.
Okay.
For example, when you meditate, are you trying to overcome something? Or are you quieting your mind? Are you meditating just because of the benefit of meditating?
Yeah.
So you come out of meditation, and the thought that you're thinking is what you just said. What is it? I don't feel focused. I don't feel energized. I'm feeling too peaceful, which is a somewhat negative thought. I'm wondering if I'm doing something wrong. I'm wondering if the meditation isn't serving me. I'm not feeling any bursts of enthusiasm. I don't feel motivated to do anything. There's not something wrong that I'm trying to overcome. I'm just sort of in this placid place.
In this general place, yeah, that's where you are, I think, with the meditation.
So that sounds a little negative. So let's turn it into a little more positive. Well, this is a good place for me to be. This state of allowing is a good thing. This is step 3 of the 3-step process. I've already put my requests there. And in this state, I really am practicing the art of allowing. It feels good I can feel the benefit of my physical body. It feels good to me to feel like this. I know that I can be or do or have anything that I want. There are so many things that I like to focus upon. The things that I'm most interested in right now are. In other words, what do you want to focus upon? What do you want to ring your bells? In other words, do you have subjects that have been so negative that you're not thinking about them? Or do you have subjects, in other words, are there subjects of what you want? Can you go from general to specific on things that matter to you? What matters to you?
I don't know, just be like. Another thing is, I feel like I don't have enough contrast even to sometimes, to even get to that place. Nothing really.
But what about so, that's not a unusual thing, because there are a lot of people, we were talking about it earlier, that you are so accustomed to focusing upon what is, that sometimes you feel like you need something to push against in order to get you to focus at all. But you don't need something negative to cause you to focus, because you've already lived enough that you've put plenty into your vortex, and your vortex is calling you. Are you really telling us that you're unaware of things that you've put into your vortex that you want?
No.
So so isn't there anything that you could specifically focus upon that would ring your bells a little bit? Because we get it that it is better to be placid and peaceful than to be negative, but we don't get it that it's better to be placid and peaceful than energetic and aligned.
No, it's not better. That's why I asked it. Yeah, it's not better,
so,
for sure.
So when we ask you what might ring your bells, are you saying there is nothing? There is nothing that thrills you to think about?
No, traveling, and just, I just live so much. I almost think like sometimes my friend always tells me to live too much in the present even, not even worry about what's coming really, and just being happy at the moment and just kind of taking it the way it comes, like just go with the flow. So I don't really think about too much of these things and just let them come in. They do come in and stuff, so I don't complain.
Well, that's a nice way to live. And as we've been talking about this process of deliberate creation for a long time, people often want to know, how specific should I be? And what we try to explain is that when you are feeling, you can always feel better than you do. In other words, if you have too much going on, less feels better. If you have not enough going on, more feels better. In other words, you vacillate between peaceful boredom and energetic overwhelmment. In other words, it's always something that you're trying to manage. And a lot of times, people who have had some negative emotion, who have almost been traumatized by it, when they find the peacefulness of meditation or the peacefulness of alignment, they are wanting to stay there because they don't want to go back to that place of angst, which was actually launching more things into their vortex. But we want to say to you, your vortex is full of all kinds of things that you have access to. And if you want a feeling of more energy, a feeling of more robustness, then it's good for you to be thinking about more of those things. So our question to you is, why do you think that you're holding back from that? Because we know you're not lazy. We know that your vortex is full of things. We know that you have a powerful mind. We know that you have the ability to focus. We know that the source within you is focused. We know that you want to tap into the source within you. So we would begin saying things like that. I know I'm tuned in because I feel good. I know I'm tuned in, and I know my vortex is robust with all kinds of things. I know that the source within me sees a clear path to all kinds of manifestations. I'm looking forward to things manifesting. I like to feel my hands in the clay. I like knowing that manifestations fall on the heels of my vortex work. I like this laid-back life that I'm living, but I like watching things unfold. I like knowing that each and every person that I'm interacting with is a manifestation that is reflecting back to me what I'm doing with my vibration. I like the evidence of my vibration. I like the hands-on feeling of creating. I'm looking forward to what will unfold today. I'm looking forward to the things that will ring my bell today. I'm eager about the interactions that will come to me. I like knowing that each and every one of them is a manifestation. I also like thinking about how emotion is manifestation too. The way I feel is a manifestation. And right now, the manifestation of my world is good. And then just that much attention will bring more if you want it. It's that managing the gap between where you are and everything that you've asked for that life really is about. If you're bored, focus more. If you've got too much going on, focus less. If you don't feel good, stop talking about that. If it does feel good, talk more about it. When you get on a trend that feels good, focus more. We would do two things as we are managing this vibration. We would just appreciate as much as we could. Is there anything that you can find to appreciate in this moment in time?
You?
I appreciate being in this room. I appreciate the infinite intelligence that is flowing. I appreciate the easy access that I seem to have to Abraham. I appreciate the willingness of this crowd to allow me to have this conversation on I don't have any big problems. I'm not trying to overcome anything, and yet they're patiently wanting to allow me the time to get clarity about this. I'm appreciating this hotel. I'm appreciating this facility. I'm appreciating this environment in which we can have these leading edge conversations. I'm appreciating law of attraction and its willingness to bring to me things that are a cooperative component to me and me to them. I like being at this very early stage of life and understanding this in such a powerful way. I'm looking forward to all of the experience that will come to me that will help me to define more specifically the things that I'm wanting. It's going to be such a fun life to identify things that I'm wanting and watch the cooperative universe yield them to me. I really enjoy the power of my own mind. I so enjoy having a conversation with someone who gets law of attraction and who gets creating one's own reality. I love knowing that there's not a shred of evidence to the contrary of anything that I'm learning here. I like knowing that words don't teach, that it's only life experience that teaches. I like having this life experience that's brought me to this point of having a conversation with Abraham. And even though I know that Abraham is giving me the words that are the knowledge that I'm looking for, I can't really feel it. I'm not really getting my thoughts around it, but I know that I will.
No, I feel it.
I know that having this conversation will put me in a place of greater clarity. I'm looking forward to seeing what a little bit of focus does. I'm really proud of myself in the way I'm managing my vibration. I'm feeling so much better than I was just a short time ago. I've got myself into a place of easy chronic alignment, which means I'm practicing the art of allowing in a very powerful way. I believe in all of the things that I put into the vortex, and I believe that the cooperative components are being assembled, and I'm so looking forward to me consciously acknowledging each and every cooperative component as it reveals itself to me. I love being here in this physical time-space reality, and I love the idea that I am an extension of source energy. And I really like knowing that source is flowing through me, looking out at the beauty of the landscape and looking into the eyes of the people that I'm interacting with. I so love the power of focus, the power of consciousness, the power of creating. I so love thinking about all that I can be and do and have. I love this stable platform on which I stand, and I love knowing that the contrast is not so extreme, so I'm not having strong rockets of desire, but I have had those before, and I know that my vortex is full of them, and now I know that I'm practicing the art of allowing. This is what I've been working toward. It's such a funny thing. When I was in more contrast and launching more rockets, I was in great pain, and then I managed to get myself into alignment with who I really am, and now I feel ease. And now it's funny to me that the ease is troubling me a little bit because I don't feel the robustness of all of that. But I think this is what managing is all about. I can feel that I'm managing my life. I'm doing a good job. I love what's happening. Life is good for me. And I'm eager to see what's coming next. Good.
Thank you.
Got it? Right.